That's why I need a one dance. Got a Hennessy in my hand. One more time before I go. Higher powers taking a hold on me. I need a one dance. Got a Hennessy in my hand. One more time before I go. Higher powers taking a hold on me.
Baby, I like your so.
Alright, welcome to Black Cowboys Media. This is your boy Joshua Lipscomb. I am here with the lovely, the beautiful Christiane Buggs. Thank you for taking time out of your day to come holler at your boy.
No problem.
You know. Alright, so let's get straight into it. For those who don't know, where were you born?
Born and raised in Nashville.
Okay, Nashville, Tennessee. And now, what was your upbringing? You were the oldest of 7 siblings.
Yeah.
Nice.
7.
How was that?
It was different. I was pretty much the only child because, there's like 6 years between me and my oldest little sister.
Nice.
And then like 15 years between me and the youngest. So I had a lot of helping to raise. I was just kind of part of the village.
Okay.
More of a kind of a parent than a sibling. So it was good.
So you were kind of teaching from early on, kind of?
Reading books.
There you go.
Taking kids in, writing snotty noses, everything between.
Okay. And you grew up with both parents?
Well, my parents divorced when I was young.
Okay.
So they both remarried. So I have, pretty much 2 sets of parents.
Oh, is that how you got the seven siblings?
Yeah,
Okay.
You thought my mama popped out all of those?
Yeah, I was thinking, okay, I see you, Miss Buggs. Okay.
No, sir.
Okay, word. Nice. Okay, now your family's name is kind of prominent in the community. Your Uncle Harold, a good friend of mine, is a member of the House of Representatives, right? 58th district, perhaps? Yep.
And it's an election year.
Exactly. I like my boy Harold. You know.
Please do.
And he got his master's degree at Vanderbilt as well, right?
He did.
And your grandma was a teacher as well, I believe?
She was at Tennessee State, and then she wanted to get a master's from Vanderbilt.
Uh-huh.
But, this is back in the 50s. My grandfather didn't have a doctorate degree, so he didn't want his wife to have one. Just kind of the dynamic.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you.
No shade, but
yeah, for sure. I'm gonna tell you a funny story about your grandma real quick.
Okay.
So your grandma and my mom had the same car. They had this maroon Lexus, the 350 ES, and my mom was a travel nurse, so she would go out of town, and I would have the crib solo. Right. So I'd be kicking it, shaking it. You understand me? So I'm kicking it, partying, doing my thing up to no good, and my mom's in California somewhere, and then all of a sudden I would see Miss Love pull through the hood, and I'm thinking it's Mom Dukes. And I'm like, oh, no. Like, what happened? Everybody get out. It's a problem. But it's just Miss Love.
And I bet she was slow creeping because she was nice and old.
Exactly. So she would scare me many a day. So
that is really funny.
Yes. So, peace to Miss Love. You scared me many a day. Okay. But anyway, so now with all the prominence in your family and the doctor degrees and the education, do you feel pressure or overwhelmed to meet high expectations, or was it kind of a motivation for you?
I would say more of a motivation.
Okay.
When I was in undergrad, I felt the pressure a bit, but I think because they were so much older than me and they were very helpful, it wasn't like, oh, you better be good.
Okay.
It was just, this is how you get better. This is how you make your mark. And they really kind of let me just explore.
That's dope.
And I was wayward here and there. And they let me, kind of like the prodigal son. They let me go about my business. And then they were ready for me when I came back. So it was motivation.
Nice. That's dope. Now, you went to the number 1 ranked academic college prep school in Tennessee, Martin Luther King High School.
I did.
Now, what kind of student were you? Were you diligent? Were you lax?
I was, if those are my 2 options, I was lax.
Okay.
I was not as focused as I probably should have or could have been. I was a bit of a tomboy still, so I was definitely still trying to play basketball and my jock phase, but then finding myself, just as a young lady, just didn't leave much room for academics. So, yeah.
And folks, this school had a lot of homework. I went to this school for a couple years till I decided I can't do it.
I should have tiptoed out with you.
Man, I'm talking about back hurting, backpack full of, this was before all the kids had just iPads, all your books was on an iPad. Man. We had books. Everybody looked like a turtle walked into class. It was heavy. Okay, so with all the homework we did, you were a track star basketball?
Nice.
Nice.
I tried to be song, but thank you for that.
Oh, I got you. Now, was it difficult? You find like sports and school, especially at a school with a massive amount of work we had to do?
That's the thing. It wasn't difficult because I just chose one. I chose athletics.
Nice. Okay. Nice. Put school in the back. Okay.
And I paid for that. Kind of on the back end, especially my junior and senior year, trying to get scholarships.
Okay. So, when you graduate and you attend the infamous Tennessee State University, tell me how it is going to college at HBCU. I never got that opportunity.
Well, so MLK was very diverse, and I really didn't get the band and the majorettes and the football team and just some of the other cultural things that you get at a black school. So going to TSU was totally different, and it definitely helped shape me. It definitely pushed me to kind of want to influence my community. It definitely taught me a lot that we didn't really learn in high school because we're in the South, we're in the Bible Belt, everything is kind of whitewashed. It made me want to go natural. It made me want to embrace my beauty.
Talk about it.
It was great. There were definitely people that were around me that at times I was like, how did you get here? But I can appreciate it now looking back that, at least there was a college that was ready for them. It still pushed me, but it was still ready to kind of, what we call in the education realm, scaffold for them and kind of give them steps to meet whatever level of success they wanted. So I love HBCUs. I could talk about them for forever, so we'll just cut that off.
Nice. Okay. Now, for the audience here, you have to be a certain degree of bad to be a majorette at Tennessee State University. And I remember going to homecoming, and it would be popping, and we would go to the game, me and my boys, and I would see you in these tights, and
Are you done?
Yeah, okay, I'm done. And that was back in the day. So, baby girl watching, that was back in the day. I'm a very monogamous, faithful young gentleman. But back in the day, I was thinking, woo. So, now how was the majorette life at
It was different. Because being in the band, I have a whole different respect for what we call band geeks because you're around each other all the time. We're not like any other sport. We're there before the football team gets there. We're practicing, 4 and 5 and 6 hours a day. And that's before you go, to your sectionals or whatever. So as a majorette, we didn't even, practice as much as the musicians did. But it was great. I didn't really get to experience much else outside of the band because I was always practicing and traveling. But
so y'all travel with the team every game?
Yeah. Well, for the most part, all the big games, anything that was going to bring out a lot of people, they want to see the full band.
Wow, so, nice. Awesome.
Good times.
Okay. Now, how was the Delta experience? Shout out to all my brown skinned beauties in the Delta. I see you.
So my grandmother, my mother, my aunts, all Deltas. Growing up, my lawyers, my parents' lawyers, the principal at my school at Cumberland Elementary, my physician, everybody seemed to be a Delta.
You had no choice. It was,
And it wasn't even so much that because they definitely didn't push me to do it. I was in the Little Miss AK pageant, and I was in the AK cotillion, so my family, it kind of exposed me to a lot, but when I thought about where I could make the most impact, it was through Delta. Their strength in numbers, so they have a strong impact in education. They encourage teachers. The founders, all 22 of them were teachers, so it just seemed fitting that if I want to influence education, that I need to be, with this group of women.
Okay. Now, did you know you wanted to be a teacher, when you went to college, or was it in high school?
It was after my freshman year. So going into my sophomore year
of college? Okay.
So I had an internship with NASA, and I loved it. Wow. It was fun. It was cool. But at all the meetings, I would look around the room, and I was the minority. Like, there were very few African Americans and even fewer women. So after that experience and kind of feeling what we call stereotype threat, where I felt like, dang, maybe I shouldn't be here, I decided, all right, I need to make sure that I push them, and that I make sure when I get back to Nashville, I talk to all the kids that I can about this. And
when you got back to Nashville, so what was the NASA?
It was in California. Wow, yeah. Nice. So there are different branches. Everybody thinks Houston, Texas.
Yeah.
But no. So when I was there, we focused on astronomy. So I was kind of up, looking at stars, and it was just an experience that I had never had. It was great, but there's so many people that have never even thought about being an astronaut or being a physicist. So that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to say, all right, you know what? I can change this.
That's awesome. Okay. All right, so you go through. We got to high school, and we went through college a little bit. So when did you said sophomore year you went to Cali?
No, going into my sophomore year. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Cool. So when did you then you graduated from TSU with a degree in
physics?
Wow. Okay. How's that? Okay.
I don't remember much of it.
Okay, nice. Okay. But so then you go on to get the master's
in
degree
education.
Oh, okay, cool. And then you go off to get a second master's in urban education at Vanderbilt.
So the purpose of that, education is very different from urban education because in urban education we focus on everything that influences our students. You know, the poverty, just anything socioeconomic, home life, and how to help families kind of support their kids. So I knew I wanted to start looking at policy making, so I knew I needed to look at urban districts specifically. So that's how Vanderbilt came.
Wow. Okay. So how much time did you spend at Vanderbilt?
2 years.
Wow. Okay. Now, did you notice a difference? What was the difference? Did you like Vandy more than TSU sometimes? Did you like TSU more? Was it anything you...
So this was there were about 7 years between my undergrad and my master, that degree. Okay. So I changed as a person.
Right, you're much more mature by the time you got
there. Definitely. And I mean, I was just straight to class and then straight back home from Vanderbilt. So I really didn't get to immerse in the culture. But I will say this, it was still very whitewashed. I mean, there were 20 people in my program and there were only, just the two of us, just two African Americans.
Really? In urban education?
In urban education.
Wow.
And it was interesting because when we first got there we had a summer class to take first, and the whites just kind of brushed us off. But then we get into the schools because it was specifically geared towards teachers. So we get into the schools, and obviously, I mean, I guess I'm kind of the expert in urban education because not only have I been teaching, but I'm African American. So these little black boys and little black girls, I just relate to them easily. Right. So all of a sudden, the white teachers that were in the program with me are fawning over me and wanting my thoughts.
Expertise,
A couple of months ago, I was nothing. So I think my experience might have been different than some other professionals that I've talked to at Vanderbilt. Just, it's not an HBCU.
Right. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Now you were also a counselor at the Boys and Girls Club. Was this after the Vandy?
No. This was way back. This was after my undergraduate degree.
Oh, okay.
I was really trying to look at just any kind of educator role.
Wow. Now how was that? I remember going to the Boys and Girls Club, and I was a handful. You understand me? We all were. They said be outside by this time. We were not outside. We were running to the store. We stole box lunches. Stole milk from people. I mean, it was. Was that? Did you enjoy that?
I did.
Okay, cool. Because you have to be a certain breed to enjoy these people. Because if I had to deal with these bad kids, I couldn't have done it. You understand me? They had good souls. We were good people. I'm a good man.
You'd be surprised at what you could put up with. You really would. I mean, you know that they're kids and they're being silly, but it's not malicious.
It was because of people like you that I'm still here. They were patient with me. People, they were patient. I was a good guy, but I acted a little crazy. You
were silly, but that was all right. You were funny, so we could take it.
Exactly. So thank God I'm here today. Now, so then you began to teach 6th grade, right? And how was this? That was after Vandy, I assume, right?
No, that was still before Vandy. So
nice.
I got my bachelor's at TSU, then I got that master's at TSU just to be certified to teach, and that's when I started teaching. And I taught 6th grade, and I taught an all-boy class for 3 years, and it was interesting.
Nice.
Boys are smelly.
Ooh, talk about it.
I think I'm a little bit immature now because I taught boys for 3. I mean, there are things that I laugh at. Why did I laugh at that fart joke? Why did I laugh at? Yeah. So
right. Now, was that predominantly with black? Did you work in?
All black.
Wow, nice. Okay, cool, awesome. So then you moved from, and that was math and science, correct? In the 6th grade. Then you moved to 8th grade.
Right.
And what did you teach in 8th grade?
It's still math. Some science classes depend on the year.
Okay. Was it the same school?
Same school for a little while, then I moved to a different school kind of down the street.
Okay. Did you notice a difference between 6th grade and 8th grade, or is it kind of
Definitely, because I mean, with 6th grade, they're still kind of elementary-ish. They're still raising their hand and touching you to get your attention.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And then in 8th grade, they're starting to get those hormones and shrugging.
Okay, now, one of your quotes I saw was, when adequate resources flow through a school, the community is changed for the better.
Nice, yeah.
And now, what are some of these adequate resources?
Money always, technology for sure, and then just partnerships. Okay. So when you look at community members coming in, when you look at churches, when you look at just volunteers, that's a resource. I mean, we all need more money. We all want more teachers, but if you can just have volunteers, in any way, that helps. Okay. That doesn't always happen in urban neighborhoods.
Yeah. Okay. Now, what are some of the problems you've noticed in metro school systems and just in general? If you could touch on
collaboration between teachers and parents, collaborations between schools and just the community as a whole.
Who do you fault? Is it more parents or teachers? Are the teachers kind of like, that parents a little difficult, or are the parents kind of like, these teachers don't understand me and my child?
Okay, so I have a teacher perspective.
Okay, yes.
On my end, I remember, calling a parent and they're saying, well, I don't know what you want me to do. I'm at work. Now I'm calling you because your son is disturbing me at work. I don't know.
Right.
I think it depends on the situation. And it depends on the relationship, because the longer I talked, the more I understood. All right, these parents all want the best for their kids. They just sometimes don't know how to go about getting it. And then there are people too, so they get frustrated. So as a teacher, you just have to understand that you have to be patient with the child and the parent, but not be condescending. Make sure that they understand that you're there for both of them. So I guess the weight falls on both ends. It just, year to year, it's gonna have to change.
Okay, cool. We're gonna take a slight left on Sirius Boulevard, and just give me a piece of your take on the very confusing gentrification. Is it?
So it's interesting you say that. So I was telling you that this house is in a very urban neighborhood. My grandparents bought it in the 80s for like $20,000. The plot of land right next to us just got sold for $1.2 million. That's gentrification. You don't think about, what if my grandmother would have been living in this house and didn't have the money to pay those taxes. The property taxes have gone from like maybe $600 a year to about $4,000 a year. That's a big deal. There are people that literally don't have that. They're on a restrained budget, and they can't just pull resources from anywhere else to pay this. I understand that they're trying to build the neighborhood or build the city and have have money flowing through it, and bringing people in always brings in more money, but at what expense? We aren't educating the people that are not benefiting from this, and very often those people look like us. I have friends that have college degrees now and can barely afford to live in Nashville. Literally have to live in the outskirts if they're even going to stay, close to the city. So it's definitely a double-edged sword. I can see the reasons we want it to work, but I can see where there's room for improvement for sure.
Okay, interesting, very interesting. All right, so now we're gonna take a left off of Sirius Boulevard into not so serious Boulevard. This is for the fellas. Now, Miss Buggs, are you single at the moment?
I'm sorry, but I'm not single.
Sorry, fellas, not single. Yeah. Goodness gracious, what a lucky man. Okay, I see you, my G. Okay,
so put a ring on it.
Woo, talk about it. Okay. So are y'all looking for marriage? I assume you're
into... we're probably gonna do a Vegas wedding though.
Ooh, yeah. Talk about it. Do I get an invite?
Of course.
That's what I'm talking about.
We're gonna tell people at least a year in advance, just so you all can
stack it up. Yeah. You understand me?
I'm just being ignorant. I want a hangover type of experience.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That's what I'm talking about. Vegas, you don't get to come. I'm invited.
Sorry.
Okay, so now, in closing, we have to let the people know what the mission is. We have to get you elected. I believe it's February 29th is when it's going to be official.
No, so this is because it's a presidential year. This is a different cycle. So mine is actually in August.
Okay.
August 4th is when the election will occur, and then I'll take my oath the end of August.
Okay. So so you haven't do the votes? Are the votes still coming in?
Votes don't start until July 15th.
Of this year, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so if you don't know what we're talking about, it is she's running for the school board, 5th district, right? Mm-hmm. 5th district. And then how can people vote for you?
That's the only thing. You have to live in my district.
Okay.
A lot of times we don't know where we stay because the lines are drawn so funny. So you just call the election commission. They can tell you what school board district you're in. And then even if you're not in my district, you can vote for someone similar to me because, there are 9 members on the board.
Okay.
Even if I get elected and there are others that don't have the same vision as me, then I really won't be able to do much.
Nice. Okay. Totally. And now where can they find you? If people are looking for you?
Bugsforschools.com, bugsforschools@gmail.com.
Okay.
Bugs for Schools on Twitter.
Awesome.
Bugs for Schools on Instagram.
Bugs for Schools. That's what I'm talking about.
Make it easy, right?
I love it. All right, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to holler at your boy.
It's been a pleasure.
You know, Black Cowboys Media. I'm your boy Josh Lipscomb.
Baby, I like your stuff.
Strength and guidance, all that I'm wishing for my friends. Nobody makes it from my ends. I had to bust up the silence. You know you gotta stick by me. Soon as you see the text.